Welcome back to Grammar Grade 9. This is Unit 7, Lesson 52, and we're turning our attention to pronouns and the words they stand for. Every pronoun, he, she, it, they, her, his, is a stand-in for some other word, and it has to agree with that word. Today, we'll learn exactly what agreement means, matching in number and matching in gender. Get this right, and your writing will read smoothly and clearly, with no confusing little slips. Let's dive in. Let's start with a small word that does a big job, the pronoun. A pronoun stands in for a noun, so we don't have to keep repeating it. Look at this sentence. Marcus lost his keys. Instead of saying Marcus lost Marcus's keys, we simply use his. And notice what his is doing. It points straight back to Marcus. That noun, the one the pronoun points back to, has a special name. It's called the antecedent. So in our sentence, Marcus is the antecedent, and his is the pronoun that refers to it. Here's the habit to build starting today. Find the antecedent first, and then match the pronoun to it. The first kind of agreement is agreement in number. That just means singular matches singular and plural matches plural. Take this sentence. The musicians tuned their instruments. The antecedent is musicians, and that's plural, more than one. So the pronoun has to be plural too, and there is exactly that. See how there reaches back to musicians? Now shrink it down to one person. One violinist tightened her string. This time the antecedent is singular, just one violinist. So we use a singular pronoun, her. The rule never changes. Count your antecedent first. Is it one or more than one? And then pick a pronoun that matches. Agreement in number is only half the job. A pronoun also has to agree with its antecedent in gender. English sorts gender into 3 buckets. Masculine, he, him, his, for a male. Feminine, she, her, hers, for a female. And neuter, it and its, for a thing, an animal we don't personalize, or an idea. So when Diana raises her hand, we use her, because Diana is feminine. But watch this one. The old bridge lost its railing. A bridge isn't a he or a she, it's a thing. So it's neuter, and the only pronoun that fits is its. Getting gender right is usually easy, as long as you remember that objects and ideas take it, never he or she. Here's something students often miss. An antecedent doesn't have to be a single, obvious noun. Most of the time it is. Nina zipped her jacket, where Nina is the noun her points to. But an antecedent can also be another pronoun. In each singer knew her part, the word her points back to each, and each is itself a pronoun. And an antecedent can even be a whole phrase or clause acting as a noun. Take winning mattered, she had earned it. That little it doesn't point to a person at all. It points back to the whole idea of winning. So don't just hunt for a name. Find whatever the pronoun truly refers to. That thing, whatever shape it takes, is the antecedent. Now the mistake to watch for, and it's the most common one in all of English. It happens when the antecedent is plural, but the pronoun sneaks in singular, or the other way around. Look at this. The players forgot her helmets. Something's off, right? Players is plural, a whole team. But her is singular, and it only covers one person. That's a number mismatch. The fix is simple. Make the pronoun plural to match. The players forgot their helmets. Now players and their agree, and the sentence clicks into place. Whenever you write a pronoun, glance back at its antecedent and ask, do these two match in number? If they don't, fix the pronoun. Let's turn all of this into a quick 3-step check you can run on any pronoun. Step 1. Find the antecedent. Ask yourself, what exactly does this pronoun refer to? Step 2. Decide that antecedent's number and gender. Is it one or many? And is it masculine, feminine, or neuter? Step 3. Pick the pronoun that matches both of those at once. Number and gender, every single time. Do those 3 steps, and your pronouns will always line up with the words they stand for. Ready to practice? Let's go. Let's practice. In this first set, I'll give you a sentence with the pronoun missing, and you choose the one that agrees with its antecedent, in number and in gender. Find the antecedent first, then decide. Pause the video and try each on your own before I reveal the answer. The dancers stretched before blank show. The antecedent is dancers. That's plural, a whole group. So the pronoun has to be plural too. Her would only cover one person, so the answer is their. Mr. Alvarez repaired blank own fence. Our antecedent is Mr. Alvarez, one person, and a man. That calls for a singular masculine pronoun, so the answer is his. Each ballerina rehearsed blank solo. The antecedent is each ballerina, and each is singular, just one at a time. Since every ballerina here is female, the matching pronoun is the singular feminine her, so the answer is her. In this second set, the antecedents come in different shapes: a thing, a group, a single person. Same job. Find the antecedent, decide its number and gender, and choose the pronoun that fits. Pause and try each before I answer. The comet glowed brightly as blank passed the sun. A comet isn't a he or a she. It's a thing, which makes it neuter. The only pronoun that fits is it, so the answer is it. The senators submitted blank final votes. Senators is plural, many people, so the pronoun must be plural as well. That rules out his and gives us their. The answer is their. Grandmother mailed blank favorite recipe to me. The antecedent is grandmother, one person and female, so we need a singular feminine pronoun, which is her. The answer is her. Let's gather up what we've learned. A pronoun has to agree with its antecedent, the word it stands for, in 2 ways. First, in number, singular with singular, plural with plural. Second, in gender, masculine with he, feminine with she, and neuter for things and ideas with it. And the surest way to get it right every time is to find the antecedent first, decide its number and gender, and then choose the pronoun that matches both. Do that, and those pesky agreement slips simply disappear. Nicely done today. I'll see you in the next lesson.